Hello again, welcome to Unova this time. We're actually going to be spending a decent bit of time here because I have 3 Gen 5 games that I want to do. And all the Pokemon from those games are actually on this exact version right now, so instead of trying to trade them all back and forth and doing the Black League, which honestly is not as cool as the Black 2 League, we're just going to face them here 3 times, but with 3 very, very different teams. So this is the team from my Pokemon Black Boss Battles series, which was um, a really fun playthrough, really fun series because I really enjoy like the boss battle ones because it's really just me like raising a team of 6 cool Pokemon that I want to train, either Pokemon that I've never raised before or haven't raised in a while, or in the case of Dragonite, just one that I want to raise another one of because let's face it, Dragonite's awesome, and I hadn't done one in Generation 5 before. Alright, there's the team. Maybe a little over leveled again, but doesn't mean we won't have some pretty cool battles. And that's right, Chantal is the ghost type trainer. Probably shouldn't start with the normal type then, Minchino, but we'll see how it goes and we can always switch it up. Oh, good, there's a second for me to switch. Alright, let's go ahead, you know what, let's do Angara, the Rhyperior. A slow but very powerful Pokemon. Alright, again, we're going to go through all their talking and get right to the battling. And this is on challenge mode, I should say, so it's very hard to unlock that mode, but wait, yes. So the version I'm using right now, not the team, but the actual game I'm playing, is the game I used in my Let's Play Pokemon Black in challenge mode series. Obviously, it's in challenge mode. I'm a little worried about Cofagrigus, and we're actually not over leveled at all. If anything, we're under leveled, so that'll be interesting. Let's use Earthquake, because I want to really knock this thing out. Yeah, we are faster, because we're both really slow. And I want to knock it out as soon as possible, because otherwise it's going to do some weird stuff to me. I was thinking more like Confuse Ray or Toxic or something, but Energy Ball is not great either. We did survive, I think because we have the ability Solid Rock, which will reduce the damage from super effective attacks. That being said, we are 4 times weak to it. So I think instead of being 4 times weak, we're like 2/3 weak or something like that. I think it's reduces it by 1/3. And I think that's just leftovers. So a good coverage attack there. Which is unfortunate for Angara, because my plan was to like take a hit from Cofagrigus and then when it sends out another Pokemon to endure a hit and use Rock Polish for speed, just like with our Tyranitar in the last one. Let's go ahead and try that, because I'm sure it'll be slower. Fire Blast! I thought it was going to use Energy Ball. But I guess the AI does know to use like a random move that'll still kill you when you're low on HP. So there was a chance that I could have dodged that Fire Blast and done a lot of damage, but alright. Who should we bring out now? I don't have a water type on this team because again it's 6 Pokemon that are just kind of like random Pokemon. Let's go ahead and bring out, you know what, once again let's do fire with fire. I do try not to duplicate types. I like to have 6 different types because that feels better to me. I had a traumatic experience as like a teenager when I raised like 3 steel types on my very first diamond team and just didn't have fun with it for whatever reason. So I think it was like Lucario, Dialga, and Empoleon. And I had a Garchomp that I couldn't teach Earthquake to because I didn't have the TM, or I used to on Empoleon or something. So yeah, just for whatever reason, that just didn't feel like a fun Let's Play. Or not Let's Play, a fun playthrough. So since then, I've always tried to use different types on my team. Okay, so Golurk is Ghost and Ground, so Flare Blitz should do the most damage. And Darmanitan is an incredibly powerful Pokemon. Actually, this whole team is very powerful. 6 really just strong Pokemon, and strong in different ways too. So even though we don't have like the traditional like fire, water, grass type, we have a nice balance of types and a nice balance of moves. And a Gengar. Now Darmanitan is pretty fast, but so is Gengar. And at this point, Gengar should have the ability to levitate, so it's not weak to Earthquake. So Flare Blitz it is. This will do a lot of recoil damage. I guess the good news is Gengar doesn't have a lot of HP. Ghost Pokemon tend to have a low HP stat because they don't have bodies, so that makes sense. So let's see if we can survive. We can survive the recoil. Awesome. And Drifblim. Okay, Drifblim has a ton of HP, unlike most ghost types. But we can use Rock Slide, which is super effective and has that flinch chance. So I think that's our best bet here. We at least have a chance of winning this matchup. Oh, and it's a one-hit knockout, okay. Good job, Vulcan. Don't underestimate our Manitan. One of the reasons, so like normally for like my Let's Play teams, I'll try to do the traditional trio of grass, fire, and water, because, you know, it's cool, it's fun. Alright, an ice type, but unfortunately a fast ice type, so are we faster? We are. Sweet. This will knock us out, but it'll knock out Frostlass too. We probably could just use Rock Slide, but it also might have missed, so I'm happy with my choice. But if I stuck to the trio for every single game I did, I would like run out of cool fire, grass, and water types and not have enough space in the team for all the other types, because at the end of the day there are 18 types and that's only, you know, 3 of them, so that's why I kind of enjoy these random teams that are just like, okay, who haven't I used, who do I want to use, and can I make a team of them that doesn't share types? Okay, so we got to use a few Pokemon there, that was fun. Well, 2 Pokemon, I guess. Number 2 should be a dark type user, so let's actually use our normal type there. And I did make sure to have, I didn't actually buy them, I already had them, but I have a lot of revives and potions, which will come in handy. We have some max potions, some full restores as well, so don't worry too much about running out of hyper potions. And you might look at this team and be like, wow, there's one of these things is not like the other. Minccino's is, you know, not that great of a Pokemon, but it really is. It's not great defensively or in like its totals of stats, but it has a really good speed stat, a decent attack stat, and a really cool ability in, or hidden ability in Chain Link. I think it's called Chain Link, where whenever you use a multi-hit move, it will always hit 5 times, or the max number of times. Which means actually your move Tail Swap becomes a 125 base power attack. We can learn Rock Blast for coverage, Bullet Seed for coverage. So each of those are like 125 base power attacks. I think I have Wake Up Slap just for I need a 4th move, and I think there are a few Pokemon that resist my other 3 but are weak to fighting, so it kind of makes sense. Alright, there's Honchkrow. I think Tail Slap and Rock Blast both have like a 10% chance of missing. Can't remember the exact percentages, but Rock Blast is super effective, so here we go. So yeah, if it was one of those things where like it only hit 2 to 5 times and it was random, you know, I wouldn't use it, because moves that do that tend to only hit 2 or 3 times. They have a weighted probability. I think it's like 3 out of 8 times it'll hit 2 times, 3 out of 8 times it'll hit 3 times, 1 out of 8 times it'll hit 4 times, and 1 out of 8 times it'll hit 5 times. We're gonna use Tail Slap because Wake Up Slap is super effective, but it's only, I think, a base power 60 move, maybe 70. I think it's 60. 65? I don't know, somewhere around there. But either way, with our stab, and I think we might be holding, no, we're not holding Soul Scarf. With our stab, though, our 125 base power Tail Slap is going to be the best. And I didn't see what Scrafty did there. It might have flinched, because the other really cool thing about this moveset, I just love this like combo, is that if you hold King's Rock, the flinch chance is on every single one of these hits. So it adds up to be like a 40% chance, or 40-something% chance of getting the flinch, which is really cool. So I love this because even though Minccino is not really a strong Pokemon, or Cinccino, whichever one this is, by getting that combo, it actually can be very powerful. Alright, that Intimidate is going to definitely make a difference because we are a physical attacker. But we have Bullet Seed, which is super effective, so hopefully 2 of these will still knock out Crocodile, and hopefully it will flinch. Let's see what happens here. Okay, pretty good damage, even after Intimidate. And no, it did not flinch. Can we survive an Earthquake? Crocodile's pretty strong, but we're also 7 levels higher. We can. Good job, Ariane. Alright, there's a full restore, but we are faster, so it's really just delaying the inevitable. And I do really like Bullet Seed, because it's our only attack, I guess besides Wake Up Slap, that has 100% accuracy. I don't remember the exact numbers for the other 2, but I know it's not 100. And again, if you want to see this team do the entire game, or the entire, not really the entire game, but all the cool fights in the game, definitely check out my Pokemon Black 2, no, sorry, Pokemon Black, not Black 2, Pokemon Black Boss Battle Series. Black 2 is a full Let's Play. But I have a Boss Battle Series of just Black and of White too. It's kind of weird doing... Alright, I guess Tail Slap. Or actually, no, Rock Blast is super effective. Let's do that. Doing 2 different playthroughs of White 2 and Black 2, but one, I think it's really cool to have like the options for people. Like maybe you want to see the Let's Play, or maybe you just want the boss battles. So you had that option. And then also, like, White 2 is my very first Pokemon playthrough a long time ago, so I felt like it was time for to do it again with a different team. And again, that's the really cool thing about Pokemon, is that every playthrough is different. There's so much replayability with all these different teams. Okay, this might be a situation where Wake Up Slap is actually better, because it's 4 times super effective. So let me just... But Bullet Seed is 2 times super effective, and I think it's 60 versus 125 base damage, plus the higher flinch chance. Let's go with Bullet Seed. It's close, though. If Wake Up Slap is like 65 or 70, it would do more damage, but I think it's base power of 60. And yeah, either way would not have been knockout against Tyranitar, so... Oh, critical hit. That's cool. And there's the flinch. Awesome. He's probably going to use a full restore if he still has them. He does not. Alright. We'll use Wake Up Slap to finish things off then. Yeah, for better or worse, the crits only affect one piece of the attack, so it's... You're much more likely to crit, but when you do, it's only a slight boost to the damage, not a huge boost, as with most crits. Bisharp. Alright, Bisharp is another... This is going to be one of those Pokemon I was talking about where, yeah, because it's Steel and Dark, it will resist Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, and Rock Blast, but is doubly weak to Wake Up Slaps. This is exactly what Wake Up Slap is for. Unfortunately, it's Quick Claw triggered. I don't know what the odds of that are. I think it's 10%, but we got very unlucky there, so... Sorry, Argon. That would have been cool to use Wake Up Slap. And this team, not being a Let's Play team, let's bring in... I can't remember what our movesets are. I think they both have Focus Blast. Let's go ahead and just bring in Zenit. So my full Let's Play teams I named after the cities in the game. This other teams I just named whatever, so these Pokemon are actually named after rockets. Will this hit? Focus Blast is another move that's often called Focus Miss. It only has a 70% chance, but you know, unlike some of the elemental attacks where like you know, like Blizzard, you can use Ice Beam, or Thunder, you can use Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, Surf. There's not really an equivalent for Focus Blast. I guess Aura Sphere, but only a few Pokemon can learn Aura Sphere, whereas a lot can learn Focus Blast for coverage, so sometimes you just gotta roll the dice and see what happens. But good job, Ariane, defeating most of his team. And how fun is it, like, defeating most of an Elite Four members' team using cute little Minccino? Very satisfying. Reminds me of, like, Ash and his Pikachu, or, like, that one time that guy, like, won the Pokemon League Championship using a Pachirisu. That was epic. I think he won the whole thing. I can't remember. He got really far. I don't remember if he won everything or not. Okay, we are going to be against a Psychic-type trainer. Let's actually start with our own Psychic type. I think we know Shadow Ball for coverage. And then we might bring in Gengar after that for some cleanup. These ones are definitely a little bit harder than some of the earlier Pokemon leagues, so I don't think we'll have much trouble finding opportunities to use the entire team. Good morning. Reminds me it's almost time for me to get some sleep as well, so... Not that it really matters to you guys, but after this league challenge, I think I'll take a little break myself and go to sleep, and then come back and do some more another day. Musharna! Alright, Psychic versus Psychic this time. And we do have Shadow Ball. I guess it's kind of disappointing that we can't use like our stab attack. Because, let's face it, Alakazam with Psychic, there are not many things in Pokemon that are scarier. But I'm sure I'll have a chance to use Atlas against either the next trainer or the champion as well. I'll try to make sure we do. And we're asleep. That's unfortunate. I think Musharna tries to use Dream Eater, but we do resist that. Unlike Gengar, who would not have resisted that, so this might have been the right choice. Although Gengar also would have gotten stabbed from Shadow Ball, so it might have been a knockout. But if it wasn't, that could have been bad. Okay, not too much sleep. I appreciate that. And down goes Musharna. Oh, look at this! Alakazam versus Alakazam. That's fun. We are 6 levels higher, so we're probably faster. Alakazam has also always been one of my favorites. Again, probably top 20. Because, like, in Generation 1, using Alakazam was just, like, it was so overpowered. Like, even just, like, Kadabra could take you through the entire game as, like, a great member of your team, and probably the strongest member of your team, and it wasn't even fully evolved. It's just super fast, has a super high special stat. And remember, in Gen 1, special was both special attack and defense, so I think Alakazam still has a decent special defense, but not as good as it was in Gen 1. And in Gen 1, nothing resisted Psychic. Now there's Steel and Dark types, so a very different game. Oh, let's use Energy Ball just to mix it up a bit. And that's okay, she'll use a full restore, but we can just use Shadow Ball after this, and we are faster, so Gothitelle still won't get a chance to attack us. Or won't get another chance, I should say. Now, Alakazam's one weakness is that it has a pretty low defense stat and pretty low HP stat. So if you attack it on the physical side, it's not too hard to take it down. Definitely a glass cannon. Alakazam in Gen 3 was also really cool because it could learn like the punching attacks, which were still special attacks at the time. Alright, so even though Psychic is even against Gallade because it's Psychic and fighting, Ghost is super effective, so it should still do more damage. I think we might be holding a Twisted Spoon appropriately, which makes the damage calculation close. But I think this might do a little more. Alright, Night Slash is super effective. Down goes Alakazam. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in Zenit to finish off the team. I think she has this and then Metagross. I'm pretty sure I remember her having a Metagross. Oh, I guess one more too. Let's use Sludge Bomb. Because Sludge Bomb is actually Gengar's strongest attack. Shadow Ball seems like it would be, because it's kind of Gengar's signature attack in a way. Maybe not, I just think of it that way. But Shadow Ball is only base power of 80, whereas Sludge Bomb is base power of 90. I guess the difference is that Ghost is a better attacking type than Poison is, because it has fewer Pokemon that resist it, and a lot more Pokemon that are weak to it. Such as Metagross. Now Zen Headbutt, ooh, that's gonna hurt. Because Metagross is another Pseudo Legendary, it's very strong, great attack stat. And Gengar has, yeah, low defenses and low HP. And apparently Metagross has Life Orb, so if there's any doubt, that should remove that doubt. Alright, let's go ahead and just use the last member of our team then that we haven't used yet, and that would be Delta the Dragonite. This is actually one of my favorite Dragonite movesets too. They're just 4 powerful physical moves, it's 2 stab moves, and then Earthquake, and then Super Power have great coverage against the Steel types that are resisted. Because again, remember, there's no Fairy types in Gen 5. A lot of times I'll teach my Dragonite like a Flamethrower or Fire Blast for coverage, but something about having like a base 120 power move with Super Power and being like an all-physical Dragonite, I haven't done that before, so that was cool. And her last Pokemon is Ranculus, everyone's favorite psychic uncle. Let's go ahead and use my favorite move, Outrage. That's a lot of damage because just like Metagross, Dragonite has a very high attack stat, but Outrage is a much better base power move than Zen Headbutt. And I think we have a Dragon Claw for even more damage. Can't remember what we have. Good job, Delta. So that's good. I think at this point we've kind of used our entire teams. Now we can just sort of have fun with it. And let's revive the Pokemon that fainted, Atlas and Zenit. And we'll do some Hyper Potions here. Alright, let's use... I'm sure I've done this before, but I feel like Zenit hasn't gotten too much screen time yet. It's hard to keep track. Let's use a Ghost type against a Fighting Trainer. It'll probably be hard for him to hit us. But I feel like being challenge mode with like his best team, he probably has some good coverage moves too, so... I know he at least has some good rock type attacks for flying coverage. I would assume he has either Foresight or like Crunch on some of his Pokemon, or Night Slash, or I don't know, something for some ghost coverage. Very bright lights. That's one strategy, just like blind your opponent. Makes it so they can't even like see their Pokemon. That seems like cheating to me. Alright, Marshall. From what I recall, he still has a lot of just like plain fighting types. Starting with Throw. And here's a good opportunity to use Sludge Bomb. Nice neutral attack, get some good damage. I don't remember, I assume we're holding Poison Barb. I think we are, because it's our strongest stab attack. I could definitely see an argument for like Spell Tag or whatever the Ghost one's called. We're gonna mix it up because just like the AI does, I think it's smart to kind of keep your opponent off guard. You know, less so when your opponent's an AI, not a human, obviously. I think it's cool when they use a random move if it doesn't matter, because like you might be like, oh, he's gonna finish me off with a water attack. I'll switch into a water type. And they finish you with an electric move, and then you're like, ah. All right, Conkeldurr, his strongest, I believe. Again, a pure fighting type. Surprised he didn't try to use like, I guess he couldn't use Mach Punch. Yeah, he probably just has Mach Punch. Conkeldurr can learn Bullet Punch, I'm pretty sure, which might be what it's going for, but I feel like, I don't know, it's unlikely that it would have both Mach Punch and Bullet Punch. It does seem to have Guts, though, as an ability, which is why it has the Flame Orb. When you have a stats condition and the Guts ability, you do a lot more damage. But not if you never get the chance to attack, so good job. Another Lucario, that's a cool fighting type, fighting and steel. And okay, Gen 5. Gen 5 Steel still resists Ghost. So they changed that in Gen 6. So let's use Focus Blast. Super effective, good coverage move. As fun as it can be to train a Gengar and Alakazam like Gen 1, it can learn. They can both learn so much better moves by Gen 5. That's I was really excited to train one here. Just take a totally random Pokemon from Gen 1 that you don't really see in Gen 5 and just see how they do. Same with Dragonite too, and even Rhyperior to a degree. Alright, Sawk. Sawk I had a lot of fun with in my full Let's Play of Pokemon Black 2. It wasn't part of our main team, but near the end of the game I did like a secondary team there just for some of the like Black Hollow stuff. And it was just cool Pokemon from Gen 5 that I otherwise hadn't had a chance to use, like Sawk and the dog Pokemon that's in Gen 5, Lillipup's final stage, whose name I can remember. I had a Regirock just randomly, just some other like cool Pokemon. It was a lot of fun. I can't remember who the others were now. But Sawk was especially really fun because it's actually a really good Pokemon. It has a good speed stat, a great attack stat, a good moveset. I always feel a little like hesitant to use like one of the partner Pokemon without the other, like, you know, using Hitmonlee but not Hitmonchan or Sawk without Throw, so I tend not to use them, but I'm really glad I had a chance to use Sawk because I've always wanted to, and it was a lot of fun. And I think it has the ability Sturdy too, which is really good. Another Machamp. Faced a lot of those tonight. Well, I guess you could argue that the first two Machamps are really the same Machamp, just 3 years apart. Good job, Gengar, surviving that attack. And Mienshao. Mienshao probably knows Fake Out, but again, we're a Ghost type, so it really doesn't matter. With all these Sludge Bombs, I might try to use a Lepa Berry or something, or an Ether. Because again, I always try to save like the Ethers and Elixirs because you can't buy more, at least in most games, but this is probably one of the last things I'll do in this, on this cartridge, I guess. Oh, they still got cartridges on this save file? How are you going to say that? So, you know, oh, that's right, we're not fainted. Let's use a max potion because I think we might have less than... Yep, we have 202 HP missing. Okay, cool. And then I do have an Elixir. I should probably just use an Ether though, if I have any more. No, I might not. I might just have Elixirs and... Right, you know what? I was going to look for Lepa Berries, but we have 4 of these. Let's just do it. I think all of our other moves are probably still good. Alright, so now we have to face the champion. A Dragon-type user. Let's try Angara again. I don't remember who our first Pokemon is. Something is telling me Salamence, but it seems like it'd be weird to have both Lance and Iris start with Salamence. So I'm thinking I might be misremembering and kind of conflating the two. Alright, here we go. A lot of different final bosses in Gen 5. There's Getsus, there's Flint, and there's Iris. Let's see how she stacks up compared to Lance. Again, we're going to kind of just breeze through her text here. Oh, I thought she would make you challenge her right away. A lot of the champions do that. Gengar is also a little low on level compared to the others. Let's get him some XP, or her some XP. Alright, Iris, here we go. Remember, this is on challenge mode too, so this could be very tough. She has a very strong team with great moves and high levels and great items. This is one I'm actually like not 100% sure we're going to win. But who knows? Let's see how we do. She leads with Hydreigon. Okay, or Hydreigon. That makes sense. Alright, so a Dark and Dragon type. It might know Surf. That worries me. But I also don't want to overthink this here. So let's just go for Rock Polish and see what happens. It does know Surf. Ah. And this is probably going to be one-hit knockout because Hydreigon has a much higher special attack than Confagragus does. Yep, even with Solid Rock, that's a lot of damage. Ah, okay. And we're the same level too. Okay, who should we bring out next? Just running through some moves in my head. It is a dark type, so it seems crazy to bring out Zenit or Atlas. We do have Focus Blast though. I could bring out Delta, but then I'm locked into Outrage. Already, we're already kind of struggling here. Let's go ahead and just bring out Arion. Hydreigon will resist our Flare Blitz. And let's go straight for some Tail Slap action. Oh, it missed. What a bad time to miss. Oh, this is a horrible start because Tail Slap missed and Focus Blast hits. So now we're in a lot of trouble because we have 4 Pokemon left, assuming Ariane does not survive this, which I think is a safe assumption. And she has 6. So what did I say about, it might seem like fighting AI is boring, but... Alright, I think Atlas has a higher special attack stat. Let's just check real quick. 302 and 261. Yeah, Gengar's good, but Alakazam is just better. I think it's like base 120 versus base 130. So we're going to have to hope that our Focus Blast hits and that it's enough to knock out Hydreigon. It's going to be tough because Hydreigon has much better fences. Oh my goodness! Well, it doesn't have Dark Pulse, so that's good news at least. Hydreigon, like Dragonite, suffers from a 4-move slot syndrome. But that is sad because we probably could have done a 2-hit knockout otherwise, and now we're not going to have the chance for that second hit. Okay, nice. So 1-hit knockout. That's what we needed. Good job, Atlas. Even though Hydreigon has decent defenses, can't stand up against Alakazam. There's her Salamence. So she has a Salamence. It's just not her lead. Everything we have is neutral or not very effective. So let's go with Psychic. I was looking for a chance to use it, and we had that chance. It should be a lot of damage. Yeah, there we go. Not quite a knockout. Can we dodge this? No. That would have been lucky. That would have been great, actually. So yeah, we're definitely getting some bad luck on like the hit and miss rolls here. And Salamence had a Life Orb. Alright, I don't know... Vulcan will have to use Rock Slide. Let's go ahead and bring in Zenit. This is gonna be tough. We have 3 very strong Pokemon left, but I think a lot of our team resists fire, if not all of our... No, not all of our team, but most of it does. Let's use Sludge Bomb, because if she uses a full restore, I'm pretty sure a Sludge Bomb plus a Thunderbolt would knock it out, or a Thunderbolt plus a Sludge Bomb, I guess. But we have the power points now, let's play it safe. And we should still be faster. Salamence is fast, but I think Gengar is faster. I guess I could have used Shadow Ball there, but it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so we definitely have our work cut out for us, but now it's 3v4, so good job, Zenit. Aggron. Oh, I forgot about Aggron, okay. Okay. This is tough, because Focus Blast is doubly super effective. It would definitely be a knockout, except I think Aggron can have Sturdy as an ability. It definitely can, actually. I've raised one that has. Um, so let's go for Shadow Ball for the guaranteed neutral damage, because I think either way it'll be a 2-hit knockout because of Sturdy. And this way we don't miss, whereas Focus Blast could miss. Ooh. Oh, right, it's not very effective because it's Gen 5. Head Smash, though, is a ton of damage. Yeah, that's a 150 base power, 140 base power, I think 150 rock attack. And there's no recoil damage because it has Solid Head, or whatever the ability's called, where you don't take recoil damage from recoil moves. There's a part of me that wants to use Superpower, but no, Earthquake's gotta be enough. That's a lot of damage that Gengar did, and even though it's not stab, it's 4 times super effective, all kinds of high attack stat, yeah. I don't want to use Superpower because it would lower our attack and defense, and we might need all the stats we can get going through our final 2 Pokemon. Alright, Lapras. So this is good, because this is our one Pokemon that does not resist fire attacks. I guess actually, you know what, I take that back. Aghanim doesn't either. So does she not have... Okay, she still has 3 left, so I know who her last 3 are then. Okay, cool. Wow, her last 2 are both very, very strong and very tough, so this is bad. But... Okay, Flare Blitz is evenly effective. Are we holding the Charcoal? We are. Alright, I might have to do some math here if you guys will forgive me for this. A part of me wants to use Rock Slide and hope for the flinch chance. That might be like... I don't know, that might be our only chance of winning, but I don't want to overthink this. Flare Blitz is 120 base power. Stab will raise it to 180. Does 1.5 times. Charcoal is another 20%. So what's 20% of 180? That's like 20 plus 16 is 36. So that's 216. So Superpower will be more damage. It just means we have less attack going into it and less defense. But I think if Lapras is going to attack us, it's going to attack us on the special side. So let's go for Superpower. I would think this would be a one-hit knockout. Lapras has a ton of HP, a very strong Pokemon. I used one of them in my Pokemon Y Boss Battle series, which was super fun. Great move pool, but yeah. Against a super effective 120 base power move from a Darmanitan, even Lapras cannot stand. Now our defense is lowered against Archeops, but I feel like with its super powered rock and ground attacks, it wouldn't really matter too much either way. But maybe we're faster? We are. Oh, and it missed. Okay. In that case, the attack drop might have mattered, except again, bad misluck, which might, like, that could have been a flinch. We could have gotten into defeatist range. And we got crit, which I don't think mattered there. We had a lower defense anyway. But yeah, just, we've gotten some bad luck this fight, unfortunately. And I think maybe starting with Rhyperior was a bad choice too, but I didn't know where her starter was. Like, I could have switched out, but I was worried that sometimes I overthink the opponents and I'm like, oh, they probably have this move, so I should switch, and then they don't even have that move. Alright, so unfortunately here, our only neutral moves are Outrage and Superpower, so we pretty much have to use Outrage because she has 2 Pokemon left. And Archeops is faster and can use Stone Edge, and we do not have multi-scale. So yeah, alright, that's a loss. That's unfortunate, but let's try that again, because I feel like if we just had like decent luck, we'd be okay. So I will be right back. Alright, we are back. I have worked my way back to the champion, and we are going to give this a second try. I think this time I'm going to lead with Vulcan, our Darmanitan, because instead of Rhyperior, who will be one-shot by Surf, Darmanitan should be faster than Hydreigon, I would think. Hydreigon's not slow, but not fast either. I think it's like maybe high 90s in speed, if I remember correctly. And Darmanitan, I think, is... Now I'm doubting myself. Is Darmanitan 90 base speed? Or is it higher? I should look this up. I guess the other option would be to use like Alakazam or Gengar for Focus Blast. But then we have to hope it doesn't miss. And he does have Surf. I kind of think Vulcan might survive as Surf. How's their special defense? Is it decent? No, not really. It's not. Okay. We do have a lot of HP though, so I don't know. Maybe 225. So it's not that much slower than Alakazam and Gengar. Let's give it a try and see what happens. If this is a mistake, then it'll be another fun, challenging battle. which I imagine it will be either way. But I'm hoping to use Superpower, and then I feel like at that point, whoever she switches in, we have some move for. And if she brings in Archeops, we could Rock Slide, but after the Superpower drop, I'd probably just switch into Rhyperior at that point. But we'll see. I've played this all out one way in my head, and knowing Pokemon, it'll probably go a totally different way. Alright, there's Hydreigon. Good, our Manatan. We are a few levels higher, I think. Yeah, 3 levels. Maybe that'll give us the edge too. Alright, here we go. Yes, we are faster. Awesome. And I think this would be a knockout, being 120 base power and super effective. Let's see, though. It will. Yes, good job, Vulcan. Much better start than last time. Now, we do have that stat drop. Our defense and attack is lowered. Alright, Aggron. I think I'm going to stay in, because I don't think we're going to be that good against most of our Pokemon. So let's use Earthquake, get that damage off, break Sturdy. It'll probably take him down to 1 HP, although with the attack drop and yeah, and Aggron has incredibly high defenses. Even being 4 times super effective, I'm not too surprised. I'm also not sure which of our Pokemon is holding the Expert Belt. And yeah, after the defense drop, that is a one-hit knockout. But that's okay, Vulcan, you did a great job taking down Hydreigon and weakening Aggron. Okay, I think now might be a better time to bring in Angara. I don't know if she's going to use a potion or not. I'm going to assume not. Either way, we should be okay. Because I don't think Aggron can really do too much to us. Well, I say that, but then again, it does have super effective steel attacks. But still, we're going to use Rock Polish, not so much against Aggron. I think Aggron is probably slower. It's also very slow. Because I want to be faster against whoever she sends in next. Okay, interesting. And Automize. That is very similar to Rock Polish. It doubles your speed, or increases it by 2 stages. It also lowers Aggron's weight, but I don't think that really matters too much for us. Luckily, we are faster, so I'm glad he used that and not like Rockhead. I guess the AI is probably thinking that, oh, if I'm slower, I'll just use Automize. But really, I should have gone for Iron Head to get some damage off. Alright, good job, Angara. Gaining another level there. And Lapras, a good choice. Okay. So Lapras is probably going to use Surf here for probably a one-hit knockout. In fact, almost certainly because Lapras gets stabbed. But let's go for Stone Edge. 4 out of 5 chance. It's a hit. Sweet. This is super effective. I would think this would be a knockout too. Lapras has a lot of HP, but yeah. A super effective Stone Edge from Rhyperior's very high attack stat. I'm not surprised that was a knockout. Alright, Intimidate is going to lower our attack. But let's see if that'll allow Salamence to survive a Stone Edge. Salamence can learn Surf, I think. Can also learn Waterfall. Actually, I don't think it can learn Surf. It can learn Hydro Pump. But I don't know if hers has it, and we'll probably never know. So this is going much better than last time, clearly. We did get a few more levels, which helps. I was kind of thinking I probably should just turn off the game last time and challenge her again with the same level to see if we could beat her, but didn't think of that, so here we are. And is this her last Pokemon? No, she has one more to go. Archeops, I think. But alright, let's see if Haxorus can take an Earthquake. Probably can after the Intimidate, I would think. But even so, I guess it could, yeah, it could Dragon Dance. Alright, that's smart. And now it's probably going to use Outrage and do a lot of damage to our team, but I would think Angara could survive an Outrage. Rhyperior is a very high defense stat. And we're still faster. Okay, I was thinking after one Dragon Dance, Haxorus would be faster, but I guess not. Yeah, even for slow Pokemon, like even one speed boost stage is just so much. So, despite Haxorus being a much stronger or much higher base speed than Rhyperior, that extra speed tier really made the difference there. All right, and we hit again. So, ironically, from Angara getting knocked out in like one hit to almost a complete sweep. That was pretty awesome, even after Intimidate. So, okay, well, glad we got to use everybody last time. All right, I will be right back with our third and final team for this matchup.